Hello, are you able to listen me? English one yes. Chaitanya R.
ಇಯರ್ಫೋನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಪ್ಪ. ಯಾರು ಇಯರ್ಫೋನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
All of them are joining it only Chaitanya R. Why? Chaitanya, you shared your link with others. Anchal Sharma, Anupama Chen, Bhuvaneshwari.
Present, sir.
No, you are present, but okay, you can able to hear voice, no? Mute yourself, otherwise I will
Yes,
mute
sir.
all of you. Try to listen, we'll see that. Shall I start? Bhuvaneshwari is still joining, Bindushree is still joining. Nagraj, is it fine? The voice is clear for you?
Yes, sir. Voice is clear.
Okay, is there an echo? Because so many are there in the same laboratory. Is it echo is there? I'm unable to hear. Is it echo is there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even I shared that YouTube link also. If not, you can join YouTube also. I hope all are in. We are about 14 members. Maybe if somebody comes, let them join. Okay. Good afternoon. Sorry for the starting with some few minutes delay. We will go ahead with the sharing. We will go one after the other. I don't know whether you got it or not. Are you able to see the screen right now? At least one yes from your side. Yeah. Okay. In the basic,
Yes, sir.
actually, I will go through the manual, what we prepared actually. Then we will try to practice them same thing in the case. Analysis of the basic data using MS Excel. While giving the YouTube link, I have not shown MS Excel because if you are not having a licensed version, it is a tough task. Some of the computers are having with license, and some of them are working on separate spreadsheet, either in Linux platform or maybe other platform. We have to analyze the data, okay, to find particularly the mean, median, and mode for a given set of numbers. There's one set, okay. We can also find the average, particularly the three kind of averages will be there: arithmetic average, or means that is arithmetic mean, harmonic mean, and another mean of that kind: arithmetic mean, harmonic mean, and rest of that. And for that, we have to find the standard deviation, then standard error for a set of numbers. Let us see that how that one can find the mean actually. Okay, this I am sharing with all of you after the class, particularly the document, and the video is also available. The mean, median, mode formula, particularly, even either you can give the comma or you can also directly go. Mean, median formula tells us that how much the tendency is there, central tendency with reference to the given set of numbers. Particularly here in this exercise, we will learn more about the mean and also the median and mode formula along with some examples. Mean is also known as the arithmetic mean. Don't get confusion with harmonic mean and other kind of mean, geometric mean. Okay, means mean is also known as the arithmetic mean for a given set of data. Okay, median is the middlemost point or middlemost value of the given group data if the data is grouped, if the data is grouped and arranged in an either ascending order. Median in the sense you arrange them either in increasing order or decreasing order, then you will get the middle value. The middle number, not the value, middle number represents what must be the kind of a median. Mode is nothing but a unimode, bimode, something like that they can call actually. Mode is nothing but some numbers are appearing in a frequent way. Is how far, how much time, how many times they will appear as the most in the data, that should be there. The mean, median, mode formulas are explained below here separately to get the group of the data for a better understanding. Usually, arithmetic mean, or simply we can call them as the mean, it is nothing but sum of the observations. Assume that there are 10 observations. sum of all the values put together over total number of observations. If there are 5 theory papers for you, the sum of all the theory papers, 5 theory papers, marks scored in 5 theory papers over 5 gives you the average or the arithmetic mean of or the mean of the performance what you made in your examinations. Here there are two categories. One is that sometimes the total number of observations may be an even number or maybe an odd number. If it is an n number, if the n is the odd number, then median can go with n plus 1 by 2. In the sense, whichever way is the middle point. For example, there are 7 numbers. Preferably n plus 1 means 8 by 2. That is the fourth number. Fourth value is the median. Assume that there are 9. 9 plus 1, 10 by 2. Fifth number is the median. Okay. If it is an even number, what will happen? Then we will get two numbers in between. If you arrange them, assume that there are 10 numbers. 10 plus 1 becomes 11. Maybe certainly there is no doubt 10 plus 1 becomes 11. 11 by 2, you can't take the average of that one actually. What normally they will do, n by 2 term plus n plus 2 plus 1 term actually, whole divided by 2 gives you the formula for the median value. Means either you arrange them increasing or decreasing order. Then instead of n plus 1 by 2 here, n by 2 term, which is the exactly middle number, then n by 2 plus next number, take this average of those two, that you will get the median value. This is simple how they are representing actually. When we ask you to estimate, normally without going formula, without going for the theory behind it, you will select those numbers. Those numbers you will mark it as what must be the kind of a median. While choosing the mean formula, the same thing here, sum of the observations whole divided by total number of observations. That is expressed in terms of the mathematical representation, sum of all the numbers put together over n. N is sum is for both, means you can put a bracket that can be represented by either average x or maybe a mean x of that kind, which is expressed as the average x, where x is the value of the given set of the data and n is the number or the frequency of the individual data. Okay, capital N or uppercase N is the sum of the frequencies. Hence, the average of all the data points is termed as the mean value for our case. If you go for median, what I told in the formula, arrange them in either increasing order or decreasing order. For finding the median, we need to arrange the data either in ascending or descending order. Now, after arranging the data, get the total number of observations in the data. If the number is odd, then the median is n plus 1 by 2. If the number is even, find the two middle terms using the formula n by 2 and then n by 2 plus 1. Then take the mean of these two values. Thus, the median formula for even number is given as n by 2 term of plus n by 2 plus 1 term whole divided by 2. Similarly, we can have the median. Median for a group data they can call. The median formula for a group data is shown here. The index is in such a way that LM represents the lower boundary of the class median plus n is the total frequency n over 2 minus the cumulative frequency of the class before the median, and f of m is the frequency of the class median and I is the class width, means that is the size of the width actually. This I multiplication is only for the second term, not for the first term. Ln plus n by 2 minus f over f of n times the I value. We'll solve some, then we'll see that at least. Mode formula also you can write the same way. Okay, earlier I gave an example. Here is a description is there. Value of a number that appears most frequently in data set is known as the mode. This is the third parameter. These are all required to understand the given data set and their tendency they can call. Central tendency they can call means how much they are having an associated with the understanding of the phenomena to a greater extent overall performance. In cases where we need to find the most accurate value, that is the joint value, formal value, we find the mode value. It is not model actually, mode value for the given set of a given data. For data without any repeating values, for example, there is no mode at all. For example, if I write 1 to 10, all the integers, there is no mode. Mode is 0. If 1 to 10, if I repeat the numbers, 2 maybe 3 times, 4 maybe 4 times, 5 maybe 5 times, 6 maybe 6 times, you assume that. Then which is the most repeated value 6 appeared 6 times is the most number. The mode value depends on the given data sets. It varies from set to data set to data set. Mode for group data is found using the formula here. The same L plus H times Fm minus F1 over the summation of Fm minus F1 to Fm plus F2. What it indicates, you see that L is the lowest limit of the model class. Okay? And H is the size of the interval given. Okay, maybe 2 or 3 or whatever you can call. Fm is the frequency of the model class. Fm is the frequency of the model class. F1 is the frequency of the class which is preceding the model class. F2 is the frequency of the class which is one is the preceding, another one is succeeding the model class of that kind. These are the subsequent values actually. Subsequent value. For example, if I write, for example, let us choose one value. How it works? Maybe you can think it of solving some interesting problems using the mean median mode formula or mean median mode representation also. You can call mean median mode formula. Using mean mode and formula, we will find the data. Data here is the number which is given in the parenthesis formula. (14) is there, 16 appears 3 consequently, then again 16 appears, then 18, then 18. Okay, then 18. Then what happens here? Since there is only one value repeating itself, that is the 16, it is a unimodal. Means one single peak will get, at least. Okay, according to the mean median mode formula, mode is nothing but 16. You can write in any of the parentheses, doesn't matter, either flower bracket or open brackets or maybe in square bracket too. Here answer for this one is that, at least if we give the example, mode of this number is 60. Mode of this number is 60. We take in second example, the ages of different members of a community which is sent have been listed below, 42, 38, so many numbers. Using this mean mode formula, calculate the median of the given data. For example, find the median, which is the middle value. Set of ages of different people are arranged like this. Our intention is to arrange either increasing order or decreasing order. They will also prioritize an ascending order or maybe descending order. Let us choose in an ascending order. How many numbers are there? There are 7 observations are there. 7 observations are there. Means n is an odd number. Certainly, if you use the formula, n plus 1 over 2, 7 plus 1 by 2 becomes the fourth term. Here, in the increasing order, first term, second term, third term, fourth term. Fourth term becomes the median. Fourth term becomes the median actually. If not, in the given set, for example, there are 5 natural numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, first 5 natural numbers. Using the mean median formula, if you use that, sum of the observations over the total number, 15 over 5 becomes 3. 3 is the mean value or the average value in a given set. This you have already worked out, still again for the different classification actually. At the same time, you can also do that the average value and deviation from the mean value and standard error per given set. Here, instead of going through this, I will show you first the mean, median and the mode, how it looks actually. I hope we can see this one example only. I took it directly from the internet actually, not an issue. What it says that there is an x-axis varying from point at origin till to the extent of the 2.2, and y that depends on the x is having some value almost from 0 to about 1.6 or 1.7. See different colors. Okay, about 1 you are having a little bit like in Gaussian spectrum, of that kind actually, solid line. Okay, solid line. Then this solid line blue color, what you are getting is the curve actually, what you got it out of it. Okay. Mean is the average that is shown in blue color, dark blue, right side, means that is total number of observations over the number of observations. Green is shown as the median. If you arrange them in increasing order or decreasing order, median should be green. Okay, but mode is only one single value, that is the highest value that is appearing. Mode is the same thing actually of that kind. Mean, median, mode need not be in the same order. It may differ. That depends on the given data sets. But more or less appears to be the same. If you take interchange one another, it is not an issue of at all. Instead of choosing this curve, let us choose here dashed curve. See, for this is skewed, they can call skewed right in the sense only peak appears towards left, right extreme almost like an solar spectrum of that kind. Here, where is this red color? Mode appears near 0.4, where green color median appears somewhere here. This is the middle value, and this is the extreme value is with the this is the mode, this is the median, this is the mean value. Mean value is on right side, because even though peak appears somewhere here, the values are scattered right to a great extent. If you take all of them put together, this is the case. Means in the data set, 1.6 is the mean value. 1.6 is the mean value. Median value is about somewhere 1. In the sense, out of 2.2, 50% of the numbers falls less than 1, 50% of the numbers falls above 1. That you can say that. For example, average percentage if you take for entire your classroom of 78 students, assume that the median is about 80%, they can call 80%. 80% means 50% of the students have scored more than 80% and 50% of the students have scored less than 80% of that kind. Mode may be single value. What is the exact peak of that kind? Average may not come with the same thing. It differ actually. In fact, median is a better tool to analyze. Median is a better statistical tool in the sense to analyze what must be the frequency, what must be the average performance of the student, average performance of the data, or average representation of the data of that kind actually. Here the same thing they can go. Instead of this, we can go choose another one also. Somewhere here you can see that. This is one more example. Okay. See, this is the left side skew they can call, because it is pulled towards left. What happens? Mode appears at the peak value. Median, that is, if you arrange them in an increasing order, median is almost the middle value in a given data set. Mean can go any extent, even though you are having a right extreme case. Yesterday and yesterday, I used to give some of the papers. You might have scored all the papers well. Maybe if one of the toughest paper, if you score well less, actually, we can't declare it as an fail candidate, but at least the mean value will come down. It is not an average performance. Assume that your score is more than 90% in all the theory papers. In one theory paper, you got about 10% or 12%. We should not take the average. We have to put a criteria. Take right skew. That what I shown here. Mode is somewhere here where the peak is there. Median in between, 50% towards left, 50% right. Actually, mean goes with the right. But in fact, if it is a normal distribution, like a Gaussian distribution of that kind, if it is a Gaussian distribution, mean, median, mode, all will fall onto the same line. 50% towards left extreme, there is a symmetry. 50% towards the right. Median, average value also will fall with the mode, and mode also falls the same thing. This is how the tendency can go. Maybe for any of those examples we can take, there is not an issue. That is not an issue actually of that kind. After this, what we expected, this is average, standard deviation, and standard error for a given set. If we go, this is a better tool. Instead of discussing there, I thought of explaining you here. I hope you can see here actually. If you arrange the values by some mode, it best fits with the distribution like a Gaussian distribution or even normal distribution of that kind. This is the mean value. This is the median value. This is the mode value. Out of that, from the mean value, how far the data distribution can happen. There will be one standard sigma, 2 standard sigma, 3 standard sigma deviation of that kind. One standard sigma shows that deviation from the mean value. This is the maximum value, or they can also call it as a central tendency. From this central tendency, how that values are distributed. How that those values are distributed. Almost 34% towards right from the mean, 34% towards left from the mean. Together, almost 68% of the data fall with the mean value, nearest value, 68%. 68%. This is one standard deviation they can call. And another standard deviation, this 13 plus 13, 27% will fall, lie with two sigma deviations. Two sigma deviations between 1 sigma to 2 sigma, but in fact you have to add actually. This is 68 plus 71, 81, almost 91%. 91%. Okay. Last only 4% will land. Sorry, 96%. Last 4% lies with the 3 sigma. See that symmetry actually either in positive or negative. Negative they are saying towards the left axis, and right side still there is a symmetry, and almost all deviations can happen only 99.9%. 0.1% will not fall into that extent, means that's almost 0.2. 99.8% will go, 0.2% will be scattered with more than 3 sigma. Those type of values usually we will neglect, or we will neglect in the analysis part actually, analysis part of that kind. This is, by making use of these things, we will analyze the data. Okay, whatever we are getting. I will use one Excel. Here I am having about a 2016 version. Our interest is to see that find the mean, median, and mode for a given set of numbers. I will use the same numbers what here people have used. This is the number in the first example. Okay. If I take mean value, yeah. Okay. Otherwise, random also you can take, no issue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You can arrange them, then select. Maybe let it be somewhere here. I hope you can see the window now. Okay. Or if I choose these numbers here, this is the set of the numbers. Our purpose is to take the first value. What is the first? Mean value, median value, mode value. Choose mean, median. Okay. Here normally what you have to do, either you can go with plus sign or maybe equals. You can choose a function here. What function we have to choose? Mean. If I go, instead of that, average they can call here. Average. The format, see, average of number 1 to number 1, number 2, number 3, number n. If I click here, this average B2 to B8. B2 is the first cell, B8 is the next cell. If I click enter, it will give you the output. Means if, for example, if I use in a different color, you are also familiar with this type of colors. See that 4 is the average of a given set. If I choose this, okay, I will also choose the median. Median, D-I-A-N, median within the bracket. Either you press B2 to B7 or you prolong it and close the bracket, you will get 4. Mean and median both appears to be the same value. See, for example, if I click on here, at the bottom you can say that minimum is the 1, number 1, maximum is the 7, and sum is the 28, average is the 4, that is the mean. Even if you want median here, you can cross check here. Okay, then you can choose whatever you want, but median is not a general statistical number. That is why it is not listed. If you want, you can count it actually. Even number count also you can have it. Number count means how many counts are there? There are several counts. Instead of this number, now I will choose a different set, maybe 25. Okay, maybe one of the paper, maybe 90, about 92, 92, 88, 89, maybe 91, about 88 in another paper of that kind. Okay, here mode, if I choose mode, I will check whether it displays the mode or not. mode returns a vertical array of the most frequent or frequent number or operative in the data. For example, horizontal array use transpose. Okay, no problem. Mode multiple or mode you can choose here. Choose this. It varies from Excel to Excel. Not available because no number is repeated here. No number is repeated here. Okay. No number is repeated here. This I will delete. If I do the same formula, copy all of them put together, either you can copy and paste or bring them together. See what an idea. See that. Mean is 80.42875. How it has to done? All the sum of all the numbers. See that 563 over 7. If I put 563 over 7, these two are same numbers. Whether you are getting same number or not, you subtract one to each other, you will get the 0. And how median is expected? Median is expected in such a way that take this number somewhere here, okay, arrange them in either increasing order, decreasing order, go to the data, maybe sort only this column, increasing order, increasing smallest to the largest. Okay, out of this 25, the same case, 88 is repeated. First number, second number, third number, fourth number, fifth number, sixth number, seventh number. If there are 7 numbers, n plus 1 by 2, 8 by 2, fourth number should be your median. See that your median is the same case here. 89 is the median number or fourth number. No, here it can't. It will be any number. If you arrange, then you will get actually. But in the formula, while doing that median, what normally compiler will do or what Excel program will do that, internally it arranges the number either preferably in increasing order and then choose the middle number as the median value. 88, which number is repeated? 88 has repeated twice actually. For example, instead of 88, for example, I will go with 90 right now. I will use some other mode here. Okay. I will do that 90 thrice. That will be 90 thrice. If I copy this mode here, see that in the second case also 88 because same number I repeated. If you go ahead with that, 88 will come. Normally how it will do? If you arrange and then plot this curve, for example, in the increasing order, where is that increasing order? Here, along with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'll choose this. Okay, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. If I arrange them for plotting, no, this shows only the graph, actually how it should be plotted. No, for a central tendency, what will happen? You have to take the mean of those values and then divide it by, see, mean is mean, maximum mean is 80.42. 80.42 is the average value. Then you xi minus x bar, you have to do that. Okay, xi minus x bar, xi minus x bar. This minus 80.42, you'll get one number. You copy this, you'll get the central tendency. Okay, then you copy this along with this for plotting. Somewhere it is missed. It varies from your version and other thing. No, my intention is that if you plot that, you will get a Gaussian distribution. But to arrange that into the Gaussian distribution, you should be with the formula had to go. Okay. Let us remember up to this extent what I want to say that means the mean, median, and mode for the case A. In case B, you want the average, that is the same average, standard deviation and standard error for a given set. What normally here it will do in the Excel, assume that this is a set of numbers. Standard deviation, if I press here, standard deviation, then standard error. Okay. Standard deviation for the same set, standard deviation here, one to 7. Close that. Standard deviation value is this one. Okay. Standard error is not available here. Standard error goes with standard standard. In fact, standard error is in such a way that this deviation divided by root n gives you the standard error value. Means they say that this divided by root of n, square root of n here in the sense number of the counts we want, there should be 7 entries. This gives you the standard error. If I copy the same thing here for these two, for all of them put together, see that number varies. Why number has varied? Here I changed the number data sets, that is why it is different. It is instead of 88. Here 88 is the same thing you are getting. But thing is that standard deviation is the same case. Standard deviation, okay, here formula we have not put. Standard deviation from C1 to C7. Standard deviation. Then this is the case. Means to say that this is the standard deviation value, standard error value. Means mean, median, mode, standard deviation, standard error. These are the tools which are required to assess the data properly for any given data sets of that kind. Now, by understanding this, you try on your own. Instead of this, I will give you a huge data. For example, if there is a possibility of obtaining, I will check in my system. So somewhere huge data you may not find it. I don't know. Maybe it is not an issue. Let us choose any number for the same data set. Even while filling also, you can choose maybe 2, 3. This sequence. Total number, total count, average or mean, then mode, median, then maybe standard deviation, standard error. These are the case. Total in the sense, just you count here. You can press somewhere. This is here. These are the entities. Count numbers. Total means total means sum of all. Sum. Let it be 1 to 9. Fine. Okay. Here what we are showing is our calculation. For example, then count numbers. Not up to 9. Up to 9. 9 numbers are there. Then average is the same average. Up to 9 you have to use. Or you can pull this down also. Average of B9. Then mode, white plus mode multi B1 to B9. Either uppercase or lowercase, these characters are allowed. Okay, there is no mode. Then median B1 to B9. Then standard deviation B1 to B9. Then standard error you can go this with the count. If I select this and copy rest of them, see that for all of them it has done. For all of them it has done. Means these are different data sets actually. These are different data sets. These are different data sets where you can have the statistics for all. This type of statistics helps us, particularly all engineers, scientists, including physicists and biologists, for making the data tools in a better way. If there are any query, I will try to attempt. This is only an example I showed. We can work out with rest of them what you want actually. Now I will stop sharing this screen. I will interact with you. Otherwise, I will come to the lab. If there is any query, you can answer me. Otherwise, I will come there and I will let you know. Maybe you may be getting an echo. If that is the case, I will come there. That's far better.